Fellas, good evening, good evening, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in from. It is so exciting to have you here tonight. Tonight, of course, it is the Tilt Hour, and every single Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we put on a show for you. The doer, the dreamer, the entrepreneur, the home-based business builder, the professional home-based business builder looking to make something magical out of whatever it is you have right now. Now, as you guys know, we are the Totally Inspired Living Tribe community, but we have these public events every single Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for you. Whatever home-based business it is that you're in, this platform is for you. We bring you education, motivation, and inspiration. But tonight, we are bringing you something really, really epically special. And we're going to train tonight on how to effortlessly recruit new team members into your business practically on demand, because there is a way, there is a special magical way to do it. And to talk about this subject, we have invited a very, very special guest who is a multiple six-figure earner. He's been in the home-based business industry for nearly 20 years now. Along with his wife, Melissa, has about 40 years experience in the home-based business building arena. He's built massive offline teams. He's built massive online teams. And we've brought him out tonight because he's got some massive, beautiful duplication happening in his team, with team members doing stuff that literally has woken a lot of us up. So I thought it would be epic to bring him out, and he can actually chat about a couple of things that some of his team members have done to effortlessly recruit on demand. So Kevin, welcome, my love. Welcome to the show.
Well, it is a privilege and pleasure to be here. Thank you very much, Erica. It's a pleasure to be here. Good evening, everybody, wherever you're dialing in from. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm in my home office here in Sarasota, Florida. My wife, Melissa, and I, we've worked online together for 17 years together, and I struggled for a few years before that because Melissa actually taught me how to run a business from home. When I met her, she was newly single. That's a nice way of saying it. Josh was 8, Olivia was 4, and I was living with my parents at age 27. So, so I had a lot to learn, but I learned pretty fast. And what was cool was that Melissa already was making about $5,000 a month living in a small town in Pennsylvania. And I thought, wow, I hit the jackpot. I found a woman who actually does not have a job. I'll never have to go back to a job if I can just figure out what she's doing. So I figured out that she was just living her life in front of people, and they just wanted what she had. That's really like the theme of this conversation tonight is just living your life out loud. And I love being on this panel because all of the ladies and gentlemen that you've seen on this panel here week in and week out are doing just that. That's how I got to know Erica and her husband Alex over there in Europe, up in the middle of the night. I think it's pretty cool how these guys just travel around the world. They can live around the world. Erica's from New Zealand, Alex is from Europe, and now they live in Europe. They lived in New Zealand for a while. They come to the United States every 90 days. When you start to see that stuff on Facebook and you start to see people day in and day out, think, man, I'm stuck in the same old place. Maybe it's time for something different. I don't know about you, Erica, but when I was looking for a home-based business in the last, I guess to go back to our story, I tend to jump around a little bit. At least Melissa tells me that every 5 minutes.
I love how you do that.
Yeah. So we've had success online together for a long time. We've not had jobs since the 1990s. But we did run into a little snafu in 2011. 2011, we were with a company. We've always stayed with a company till the very end, unfortunately. But this time, when this company was coming to an end, so was our bank account. And we ended up filing a personal bankruptcy. We didn't tell anybody, not even, well, we told my parents, but I didn't tell many people. And in 2012, we were on our call like this hangout here tonight, and I started to believe again because the people I saw in front of the camera, I actually attended a hangout after I attended a phone call. These people were living. I looked at their Facebook pages and wow, here's David, here's Tracy, here's Chuck, here's Lawrence, here are all these great guys and gals who are just living. And I thought, wow, I'm not living at all right now. I better find out what they're doing, and I'm just going to join and figure it out along the way. What I didn't figure out was that I had spent the rent money in my house to do that because Melissa wasn't home. She was away for a couple of days, and I spent the rent money. So now it was all in. So I thought, well, let's get to work. Not typical results. See the average earnings disclosure below somewhere in this video. I don't necessarily recommend that. But honestly, I do, because it forced me to just focus on moving forward and getting the excuses out of the way, because if I didn't move forward, I was going to be really out of luck. So we did that. We did turn it around. We made $4,000 in our first 30 days. We made about $5,000 our second 30 days, and we went up to that, a little higher up the ladder. We came back from our first event in July of 2012, and we made $21,000 in our fourth full month. Not typical results, but I'll tell you what, when you surround yourself with people who are used to making that in a week, and you make it in a month, it doesn't seem that big anymore. And that's what was so cool, was surrounding myself with people who were having the results. And we were fortunate to find a live opportunity to meet all of these crazy gurus that we met on the internet live in Atlanta, Georgia. I know, Erica, you were there. Some of the ladies on the panel, I think, were there as well. And it just was a lot of fun to see this come to life. And we've been very privileged over the last 3.5 years. We're just a little bit short of $700,000 in income now, on our way to $1 million. It's been the best. It's been the best time. And the reason we've been able to have the results is not because of us, but because of the system and the fact that so many people on our team are having effortless results compared to the old-fashioned days of, getting out the yearbook and calling up all my friends from homeroom in 10th grade, and calling up getting out the phone book in my neighborhood, or getting out the yellow pages and calling all the local businesses. All of that crazy stuff that we all did when we were younger. But now we have a system where you can actually have leads coming into your inbox when you wake up. And if you really start to figure out this system that Erica and her team have here, you can have sales coming in overnight while you sleep. I had another day today where we had 2 sales that happened overnight while we were sleeping. How cool is that? I woke up and there were 2 more people on my team than when I went to sleep. And I didn't have to do the presentation. That's pretty attractive. So those of you watching right now, I would say get out your pen and paper, because it can be that simple. And it's probably a lot simpler than driving to work in the dark this time of year. If you live in the northern hemisphere, it starts to get pretty lousy to get in the car on a cold, snowy, rainy day, and then struggling. You hit a pothole, and you spill your coffee on your shirt, and all this other stuff going to work, and all this crazy nonsense that we think we have to do. And the truth of the matter is that you can be at home with your family, making more money in less time, and having the rest of the day to do what you love. My wife, Melissa, today, she spent half the day volunteering at our spiritual center that she loves to volunteer on Mondays. Then she went to Costco when nobody was there. She went to Whole Foods when nobody was there. Came home at 2 o'clock. We had a great lunch, worked together for a couple of hours, had a beautiful dinner just now, and that was our day today. Tomorrow will be more of a work day, but we just are free to pursue our schedule on our terms, which is a lot of fun. So I don't know if I talked too long, Erica, but I better turn it back over to you, because you know how well I can talk, or how long I can talk, I should say.
I could listen to you talk all day. It's just beautiful listening to you talk, because you're such a veteran in the industry, and you've done it both ways. I'm sure you've done it the hard slog way, you've done it the offline way, and to hear you waking up and you've got 2 more people in your team just when you're sleeping, I mean, that's insane. I've never been in the offline world, but I can relate to how much hard work it was back in the day, right?
I'm sorry. Say that again. I made the fatal mistake. Melissa sent me a message. I thought, oh my gosh, why is she sending me a message on Facebook now while I'm on this broadcast? Anyway.
No, I just think I've never been in the offline world. I've never built, an offline team.
You need to go struggle then for a period of time, because that's hard. This is.
Because you've built a lot of your teams belly to belly, literally paving the pavement. Paving the pavement? No, what do you say? Hitting the pavement. Yeah. Hey, it's 3 o'clock in the morning here.
That's right. And see, that's what's fun, is that you can go back to sleep and sleep till your eyes wake up tomorrow morning. You don't have to get up for a job or anything like that. But yeah, this is certainly a lot simpler. And boy, we've had a lot of different types of people having success on our team lately, especially with this new system that we launched last month. And now we're really learning how to use it very effectively. And you've seen that on your team as well. So many people who didn't have results before. And I don't know if we want to get into that conversation yet, or if you had a few more things you wanted to discuss first.
No, I would love to. See, I don't know whether you hit me up or however I found out about it, but a lot of people have these limiting beliefs. They're like, oh, the online world, it's too techy, I don't know if I can do it. But did you not just have an 82-year-old gentleman follow one of your strategies and sign up 5 people in 3 days or something?
We did. As a matter of fact, his name is Alex. He lives in Pennsylvania. And he's somebody who's been on our team for a couple of years. And let's just say that when you're over the age of 65, sometimes technology is not first on the list of things that you feel superior in. So he's been he well, he was able to follow these steps that we laid out for him a few weeks ago when we talked about this. And we talked about a strategy called paid traffic, where you can actually have people come to your website, look at that, decide if they want to join, and if they join, then hey, that person just joined your team. There are actually ways to have that happen automatically, which can accelerate your obviously your results. So as you're learning the technology, that's the best example of earning while you're learning. And you know what's really awesome is that there's metrics in place. There's actually it's and I've got to say this as a non-disclosure way. Erica, I mean, if I offered you 10, if you handed it's Erica, if you give me $3 and I give you back 10, how many times would you do that?
Repeat the question. If you give me
if I asked you to give me $3, Erica, and I'll give you back $10 on Friday, how many times would you do that this week?
Quite often, because I think that's a good deal, no?
Yeah, exactly. Tripling your money. That's what this system is really all about. If you really start to think about what's possible here with a system, when you have people coming onto your team and purchasing products from you, you generate a commission, and it takes a little bit of money. You basically pay one way or the other. You pay with time, or you pay with money. When you want to have people come to your website. If you want to learn to be a great blogger, yeah, you can do that, but that might take you a little bit longer to do that. But once you master the skill, now you've got the skill set. You learn these things like SEO. You learn these things like how to find your target audience and things like that. And that's something I know you're a lot better at than me, which I still am in the process of mastering. So, but there are lots of ways to get things done in your business. And what's so cool is that when you learn this skill set, you can apply it in so many areas. Mm-hmm. What I love about what we teach is that we're really teaching entrepreneurs, we're really teaching small business owners, we're really teaching realtors, self-employed people who are investors, anybody who wants to get their online real estate and master that space because they have something that they want to sell. And how awesome is it when we can give that person new life on the internet and give them their online real estate, which right now I feel like it's like the gold rush online right now. We're all this wide open internet that we can all claim our space. Just like coming to this hangout on Monday nights, Melissa and I have our team, we have our space. Everybody on this panel has their own space. There's just an infinite space for all of us to grow and prosper right now, because each of us, when we step into our power, can really, really attract some great people and help a lot of people move forward as well. That's been the best part for us, Erica, over the years, is that Melissa and I have been able to positively influence so many people, from things like showing parents how they can, work together in a business. Melissa and I worked together for 17 years. We have our sons and our son and daughter did virtual school from home. Our 15-year-old Tanner is doing virtual school from home. He doesn't get up in the morning and go to public school, which is kind of crazy to a lot of people. But when they start to think about, like, wow, that's kind of cool. It means we can go on vacation. Heck, we can take Tanner out of the country. We can take him anywhere for a month at a time, and the school doesn't even know, because he's just doing school virtually. That was the reason why we started doing it, because we got in trouble for doing all these little vacations in public school years ago. So there's just so many things that you can do and live and be free. And that's what we're offering everybody here tonight, if you're just brand new tuning in for the first time.
Love it, love it, love it. So if I can just talk really quickly about the strategy you worked with Alex. You say the word paid traffic, and a lot of people get really scared. If anyone has dabbled around with solo ads and stuff like that, they may have not had the best experience or the best results, because there are some ways to do it the wrong way. Can you share with our viewers tonight some of the strategies or the tips and tricks that you taught Alex that allowed him to not just create a solo ad campaign or whatever it was that he did, but allowed him to present an offer and have it convert? Because that's kind of the magic, having the right offer in front of the right people at the right time, and then having it convert. Can you share a bit with us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things, and I will say this, that in this online venture of 3.5 years, getting closer to 4 years now, Melissa and I ventured into paid traffic in 2012 and 2013, and we blew through almost $100,000. And we didn't really get the return on the investment. I talked about that $3 equals $10. It was more like $10 equals $3, it seemed like. And one of the frustrations, I didn't even know. It's kind of like you don't know what you don't know until you know. See, back then, my mentor didn't teach me how to properly track clicks, because he didn't know how to do it either. we're just kind of throwing money at it, hoping it would work. But what we learned in the past year and a half is that there's actually some modules now in our back office. Those of you guys who are already part of the team, if you go to the All-In Library, Module 3, our friend Alex Z has an incredible hour and a half of how to do paid traffic and how to scale. You want to start small. You want to learn how to track. There's things like Click Magic, so you can track your clicks. You can learn how to negotiate with a vendor, so you're not overpaying. There are a lot of skill sets to learn, little steps that you can take along the way. And these are things that Melissa and I taught our team, but we didn't have to do much teaching because we said, hey guys, just go watch this video first. Let's come back and then let's talk about how you mentioned the offer. And the offer has come in the form of our brand new iPaaS/Empower Network system, which is converting like gangbusters right now. What we're seeing right now is that for every 100 people who take a look at that website, between 35 and 42% are opting in, meaning they're giving a valid email saying, yes, I'd love to have more information. And every year it does swing a little bit up towards 50, down towards 25, but it's in that sweet spot right now, 35 to 42%. And we're in a great time right now because online offers, they go stale after about 3 to 6 months. If you use the same website and plow a lot of people into that month after month after month after month, you have a diminishing returns over a while because people will see it and they, oh, I've already seen that. So right now, you really want to hop on it. But here's what's cool. Here's what we've learned is that now we have, already the team is focusing on what's going to be the next great offer. Already, one of our leaders, Chris Jones, is saying, hey, let's put some funnels together. Let's work on these in the background right now while the getting's good with what we're offering right now. So we're continuing to grow and expand and work as a team. So getting back to what you asked me, Erica, sorry about that. As far as how does an 82-year-old man plug in and do this? Well, what the 82-year-old man does is that he, first of all, joins the system. He watches the startup videos. There's 5 of them in there. And then he has a conversation with his sponsor, which happened to be my friend Tom. And he and Tom just talked and said, look, this is the fast road to success. And he created a budget. One of the things that happens when you want to venture into a paid advertising source is that you have to create a budget for the long term. It's kind of like being a farmer and planting your seeds in the spring. You can't, if you plant your seeds in March and April, you can't go on April 30th and say, where's my harvest? You just can't. Anybody who knows anything about farming, and I lived in the city, so I don't really know. This is just an idea to me. But anyway, so think about that. But you can water the seeds all spring and summer. You can have sunshine on it, right? Maybe put some fertilizer on it. I don't know. But you do that for a period of time. Now, in the world of what we do, the way we do that is that, we generate leads into our autoresponder. We may have 500 clicks that we purchase for, I don't know, $400 or something like that. And in that time, we may generate 150, 200 leads. And some of those people are going to say, you know what? I like Erica and Alex. I'm going to join right now. And they don't even have to think about it. They just join. But sometimes they'll think, well, I don't really know. And Erica and Alex, what they're going to do over the next few days to few weeks is start sending them videos, sending them links to their blog, sending them maybe do a live Periscope broadcast one day, or maybe an Instagram picture. By the way, Erica has some of the best Instagram pictures out there. If you're a restaurant owner, you ought to hire her to do that, to take pictures of your stuff on your menu and pay her well, because those pictures are awesome. So, but these are the things that we can tap into. So when it was time for Alex. We're talking about 82-year-old Alex here, not your husband. We're talking about Alex when he said, well, I can just plug in, I can set my budget. I have a goal. I want to get to $10,000 per month within the next 90 days. So Kevin, you're telling me, Tom, you're telling me if I plug in this many leads per week, it'll lead to this many sales per week, and this many people will upgrade, and this is what's going to happen after 60 to 90 days. Now, I can't promise that, of course, but what we've seen with our, for Melissa and I, our lifetime customer value is close to $1,200. So every time a person joins our team, wow, that's worth $1,200 over a period of time. So how much are we willing to invest in order to have a new person join our team? Is it worth $100 to have a new person join our team? Well, yeah, if it's going to yield $1,200, yes. Now, if it only yielded $50, probably wouldn't want to do that too many times. But in the beginning, it's just like, when you start a traditional business, and that's what we really have here. That's what we have to remember. Yes, it's an online business. We don't really have overhead or things like that, but it's just as serious as if you open a McDonald's in your town. I mean, think about the guy or gal who owns the McDonald's in your town. They put a lot of money into it, a lot of time. They borrowed the money. You know, they didn't probably use their own money. They used other people's money, OPM. You know, write that down. Those of you who are looking at a business right now, the chances are that you have an employee mindset. If you have an employee mindset and you say, well, Kevin, I'd love to join, but man, I don't even have any money. I know you were broke and bankrupt, but I'm even worse than you. And the thing about that is it doesn't matter where you are. Most business owners are in that spot when they start their business, and they have shareholders, they raise capital, they do what it takes. You know, what was so great about the iPass system that we had, Erica, for the last 6 months was that we actually had a funding page that had links to business fundings for business, where you use other people's money. Wow, what if you could borrow $20,000, not saying you have to borrow $20,000, and maybe you pay 10 or 20% interest on that for a year, but that allows you to generate a six-figure income. Holy cow, is it worth paying that interest to have the opportunity? Answer, for me, yes. But, you know, that's what separates the employee mindset from the entrepreneur. You know, and that's what I love about this system is that people can come in here and they can experience this before we even pick up the phone and contact them. There's 5 videos that you'll watch if you're watching right now. If you're looking at this business from the outside right now thinking, what the heck are these guys talking about? That button on the bottom right now, if you join on that join link, you can join the team right now, and it might be 7, it might be 17, 27, whatever the price is, it is dirt cheap to try it on for 14 days. Because I'll tell you what, if you hang up from this broadcast right now and you go to sleep and you go back to work tomorrow, there's no chance to make a 6-figure income and travel the world. There just isn't. And that's what really hooked me, Erica. I thought, I don't care if it takes me 2 years. I don't care if it takes me 20 years to figure this out. All I know is if I go to work for 20 years, I'll never figure it out. But I can figure it out here in the next 2 or 3 years. Certainly anybody can, if they'll have the persistency and consistency.
Wow. You know, I could listen to you talk all day because you really hammer home how this is not a hobby. You hammer home how it is a business, right? And when you started talking about, you know, borrowing money to fund the business, I'm like, wow, I mean, people will borrow $250,000 to set up a franchise, right? And they don't blink an eyelid, right? And they know, realistically, that it's going to take them 3 years to maybe see a profit, right? But people don't blink an eye at borrowing $250,000 to do that. They don't blink, right? Because it's a brick-and-mortar franchise-proven system model, right? And so when you started talking about, because I remember that page, and Melissa sent me a link to that page of the funding one, I'm like, wow, this completely changes the entire dynamics of getting into your own home-based business when you look at it like that, right? Because what other business model out there do we have that really can set you on the path to a 6-figure income, right? You can't do that with a regular franchise because you've got to work those first couple of years just to get out of, you know, the growing phase, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a regular business like that, and here's the other thing, like you have a regular business and, oh, now you got to show up when the door's open. I mean, if you're that McDonald's owner, you've got to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. Holy cow, who wants to be at McDonald's at 6 in the morning? You know, making those awful sandwiches and serving coffee to people who are miserable, going to work and all that. I mean, we sleep in until the sun comes up. We sleep in until our eyes open. I mean, to me, that's a lot better. That's just, you know, probably somebody else watching this broadcast is saying, yeah, I agree, Kevin. That's way better. You know, it's awesome. We have a guy on our team named Randy. I think you know Randy from Ohio. He actually owns 6 or 7, I forget, pizza franchises in a town. And he was actually successful. He profited. He sold those, and he was one of the very fortunate to make it work. But he tells me all the time about how simple this business is in comparison. I mean, he just sweated it out because he has employees, he's got overhead, you know, liability. What happens if some kid, you know, gets mad and punches another kid at his restaurant while he's out on vacation? You know, he just never could get away from his business. He could never relax. And it was so stressful for him, even though it was profiting, which he's very fortunate, because I can tell you, I was in radio advertising sales for a number of years in the 1990s, and most of my customers went out of business in 2 or 3 years. And for a while, I thought it was my fault. Then I realized, oh, that's just their business model was terrible. So, I mean, really, when you think about it, and think about, look, I'm just looking at the panel here right now. This panel is not a bunch of 21-year-olds, you know? It's just not, you know?
Well, one of them is.
Except for Morgan. Morgan looks like she's like 21. Yeah.
Shirley, I think, still about 21.
Sure, you're 21. Come on, I'm just kidding. No. You know, but here's the thing. It's like lot of people right now, if you're over 40, here in the United States anyway, then you are really in big trouble if you lose your high-paying job because you're not going to get another one.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those people right now are searching online. If they can find somebody who actually knows what they're doing and can actually be a leader for them, think about that. I mean, what if they found Nettie and like all of a sudden like, wow, I can work with Shirley, or I can work with Morgan, or I can work with everybody on the panel here. It's really awesome when you can find somebody who actually you can relate to, and that's the power of what we're doing here. Is that we're all pretty camera friendly and we're making videos. See, when you come and join the team here, you learn how to use your phone and learn how to take a little video like this during the day and put it online, and people want to know what you're doing, and then they decide to join you because you're having fun. I think, Erica, maybe you asked me like 2 hours ago, what's the key to success in this business? And it's just being yourself and being okay with having the camera on, because most people are watching you. I would also suggest that you have a really cool Facebook site, because everybody's on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And if they see you going out to get ice cream at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when nobody's there, if they see you going to the beach on a Thursday morning because it's a perfect day to go, there's no current. Like here in Sarasota, when you go to the beach, some days it's absolutely flat. It's like a big swimming pool. So those are the days that we love to go, and all you have to do is wake up and kind of look at the ocean report and just go. Mm-hmm. So you can't do that if you have a boss. No, the boss doesn't like it when you take too many days off in a row, so you have to be free.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So, Love, I'll be sharing a PowerPoint presentation in just a few moments, but I do want to just get back to one thing that you were talking about, with your traffic strategy that you've been teaching your team. I know a lot of people get hung up on the conversion side of things. So someone has opted into your awesome capture page, that they're going through the highly converting sales video. But for those that don't convert at that point, okay, they go into your email follow-up sequence, and I know a lot of people struggle at that point. Like, okay, so I've got all of this wonderful traffic, they've opted in, they're on my list. Now what? It's kind of like sometimes there's crickets in there, right? You mentioned sending out videos, and you mentioned sending out blogs, right? Would you say that personal touch in your follow-up sequence is what makes the difference for someone like Alex, the 82-year-old guy? Is that something that he did that made the difference, that made those people convert straight away?
Yes, it actually makes a difference. But honestly, Alex is still in the process of putting that together. So
wow.
He really did it with the stock photos, not the stock photos, but the messages that we all have when we get started. Maybe I shouldn't admit that, but he actually did it with those messages. Wow. So here's the flip side. You may be thinking right now, well, I'm not nearly as charismatic, I'm not nearly as sure of myself, but I want to do this business, Kevin and Erica. Can I do this? And the answer is yes, because when you do get started, you have a system of automated follow-up messages in a sequence, and over your first 30 days, you're probably going to build some confidence in doing a couple of videos like this and putting that onto your blog. There's actually a really cool 21-day challenge that teaches you how to blog, just little baby steps every single day. And what's cool is that when you actually write a blog post, well, now you can actually send your subscribers that blog post that you just wrote, and it's called repurposing your content across different mediums. So you can take your blog post and put it on Facebook, you can put it on Instagram, on Twitter, you can do a Periscope broadcast, you can have a hangout like this, you can do all sorts of crazy things and use that content all over the place, build a YouTube channel, and there's no shortage of people who will take a look at it. And it's not just a one-time event. Melissa and I are getting great content reviews, and people we set up a thing almost 2 years ago on virtual school because people keep asking us that all the time, and we just kind of refurbished that recently, and it kind of went viral again. The same stuff that we wrote 2 years ago. So what's awesome is that online real estate, you build once, but you can use it over and over and over again, and that's the power of having sales when you sleep. You may not make too many sales in your first 30, 60, or 90 days. But if you consistently have 100 to 200 new leads going into your funnel every week, and after 6 months, you've got, think about that. So let's say you have just 600 a month times 6 months. So now you've got between 3,000 and 4,000 subscribers in there. There's a potential one morning when you wake up, you have this killer message that everybody loves. You make 12 sales in one morning. When you read those emails, that's what's happening. Somebody has 12 sales, like, how did Michael Martin make 12 sales yesterday morning? Well, that's what he did. He He just primed the pump. He filled the pipeline every single day. Kept filling the pipeline every single day. And that's how you see that, and you see those screenshots. And here's a $1 million tip as well for those of you on the team who are watching. When's the best time to make a sale? Does anybody know? Do you guys know on the panel? When's the best time to make a sale?
All the time?
Right after you make a sale. The best time to make a sale is right after you make a sale. And here's what's cool is that when you have especially when you're new and you make your first sale, that's when you want to turn on your camera and start telling the world how flippin' excited you are, and putting that video on Facebook, putting it on your blog, putting it everywhere, And people who are watching you will be like, wow, holy cow, Zen really made a sale. I don't believe it. I've been watching her forever. She made a sale. You know what I mean? The skeptics around you, and there are people watching you on Facebook. There are three types of people. There are people who are against you. There are people who are really cheering you on, but they are afraid to do so out loud. And there's a third person who well, if you ever make money, I'll actually join you. Oh, there's actually a fourth person. The fourth person says, I'll join you when you make money. And have you heard this before, Erica? Oh, well, Erica, now you've made multiple six figures. Well, I don't know if I can do what you're doing. I'm not for me.
It's a classic, isn't it?
Oh, I love those people. I wish them well. I send them love.
Well, here's the thing. You probably don't want to work with those people anyway because they're probably having way too many skeptical, blocks to move through. So,
yeah.
I'm going to get into my PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, I can't wait to see.
I can't. My words aren't coming out right, so it's a good thing I've got a PowerPoint presentation to speak for me. But one thing I just want to touch on before I go to that. You talk about blogging, and I know that sometimes, people hear the word blog and they just shut down. They're just like, People think that, maybe they have to do 2,000-word blog posts every single day. You mentioned Michael Martin. Have you ever seen some of his blogs?
I have.
How many words are in there?
Under 100.
Yeah! I love it. Sometimes he may put out 10 sentences, right? 10 sentences, a quick little video, and those things are converting, right? So to anyone watching right now, I know, Kevin mentioned the blog, and I just, visually, I just imagined a few of you going, no, I'm not doing a blog. He's so beautiful in the way he does this, and literally, he uses his blog almost like an email, right? He has a conversation on his blog, he goes, hey guys, watch this video, and he sends that out. It's almost like an extended version of an email, which I just think is such a beautiful way to use the blog. And I just wanted to put that out there because, don't you just love it? 3 o'clock in the morning and a sale comes in.
Look at that.
I'm sorry. I got distracted. I'm sorry. I've got my ringer turned off, but I've got the prospectus app and it just goes boom. I'm like, oh, cool. All right, done. So should we move on to my PowerPoint?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do it really, really quickly because I want to get back to you because you guys, you just got some awesome nuggets. So, Dennis, up until now, we've been talking about paid traffic, and Kevin and his team are really big on paid traffic. They've got some great sources, and their team are getting great results, right? The flip side of that, and this is how I've actually built our team. It's really funny. We were just having a little chat beforehand with some of the girls on the panel. I basically built most of our team by chatting on Facebook, right? And I didn't even realize it was a technique. It was just something that I was doing because I like to chat, I like to just reach out and talk to people, right? And I didn't realize that I could build a six-figure income doing that until it happened. And then people started saying, Erica, how did you build your business? And I'm like, well, I think I just chat on Facebook a lot, right? So what I want to do, darlings, I'm going to share my screen. And if you guys, especially in the group on the chat roll, if you guys can let me know that you can see my screen, because I know that these guys here will be able to. But I just want to make sure that you guys in the chat roll can see, where am I going? I'm going here. And if you guys can just let me know in the chat roll when you guys can see my screen. If someone can just jump out and let me know.
I can see your screen, Erica.
Awesome, darling. And can you check for me and someone in the chat roll if they can see my screen as well?
Yeah, I'm looking for an answer from somebody, but I haven't gotten one yet.
No?
No. Yeah, Carol says she can see your screen.
Rock on, Carol Mikowski, love it. All right, darling. So let's get cranking. See, a lot of people when they first start a business, the concept of paid traffic really does scare people, and I know it scared me. It scared me for about 2 years. You know, I heard one word, oh my God, if you do paid traffic, it's going to suck all the money out of your bank account, and that was enough for me to go, I'm not going down that path. So I resisted paid traffic for 2 years, and Alex and I decided that we would get really, really good at two things, and that was blogging and videos, right? And I didn't have a Facebook account when I started business, right? So we got online in October 2011, and by, gosh, I think, yeah, it was Thanksgiving. By Thanksgiving, I'm like, you know what, I have to get a Facebook account. And guys, I promise you this is a true story. I'll never forget how absolutely petrified I was of putting up one of my very first posts ever, and it was about a Thanksgiving turkey stuffing recipe, right? And I'm like, oh my God, what's like people don't like it, right? I was really, really nervous back in the day. Now I've kind of got my whole Facebook thing down to a perfect mix of what really does attract the right people to you, and I'm going to share that with you guys tonight. My first year on Facebook really didn't have, my game going on, but now I've got it to a point where I feel there's a really nice secret sauce that I can teach you guys tonight. I'm going to do this as fast as I possibly can for you. So here's the title of tonight's show, like how to effortlessly recruit new team members into your business on demand using Facebook. And this goes for any business model, any home-based business model that you might be in. I've got a script in here that's going to be perfect for anyone in any business, right? So, Dungs, quick little introduction here. It is called Facebook, okay? It is called Facebook. It is not called Petbook, all right? So I'm just going to go back. It is called Facebook. People want to see your beautiful face. If someone is sending their friend request and they have a picture of their cat or their dog, or they have a picture of a clown or something like that, I'm really not going to accept that person's friend request because I don't know who they are, right? It's called Facebook. This is Loida, one of our rock stars, Loida Rodriguez from Puerto Rico. And when I see her face on Facebook, I feel like smiling, right? There's this beautiful big smile beaming out at me. I want to know this person, right? So if you are going to be using your personal page as a way to attract people into your business, I beg you, please find a beautiful smiling face of you. Jeannie Mills, every time I see her face come up on Facebook, she's got the most beautiful smile beaming out. I want to know what she's doing, right? She makes me feel good. So find a beautiful smiling face of you, preferably without sunglasses because people want to see your eyes, and make sure it's a big version. Like I've seen some people on Facebook, their Facebook profile pic, they're standing like 100 meters away. You have to really squint to even work out who is this person, right? So make a beautiful picture of your face, okay? So again, it is called Facebook for a reason, not Petbook, right? Now, a lot of people don't know this. I go to some people's walls just to, try and kind of check them out and see where they're coming from. You have two spots that you can use your real estate on your Facebook wall very, very effectively. And the first one is in your profile pic. So this is a profile pic of me. Why have I got this photo here? Why do I keep it here forever? Because I want people to know that this is my business page, okay? This is not my friendly page, right? There's some business going on, right? So I have a link with every single profile pic that I choose, right? And I have a quote that means something to me and will also allow the people viewing my wall to get to know me a little bit better. See, when people first start reaching out to you, they're kind of stalking you in a way. If they know that you're in a business, they're going to check out your wall, right? So give them something that highlights the best that you are, your thoughts, your feelings, what you stand for, right? And a link. Now, I'm not big on slamming links all over Facebook, okay? But I am big on having it just sit there, right? Like a little tease that people can go, okay, well, I like her photo. Wow, that's a really cool quote. I wonder what that means. What does totally inspired living mean, right? So I really strongly recommend that everyone has a really cool domain name that says something about them. We've got about 5 core domain names that we use in different places, but for my Facebook wall, pretty much the only link you're going to see in a permanent place is this one, Totally Inspired Living, because who are we? We are Tilt, the Totally Inspired Living tribe. So that's something that I market in a subtle way. It's not going to be, hey, hit my link, none of that. No, it's going to be suggested, and you're allowed to take the next step if you wish. Also, too, I do recommend that if you want to play around on Wordsworth or something like that, I've created this, little image here, Know Your Outcome. For me, that came from Tony Robbins. It's just a powerful suggestion that I like to put with pictures that I'm, creating of myself, so that people know that I'm really serious about this. I'm not just faffing around. Like, I'm a serious business builder. So if you're interested in taking your profile pic to the next level, think of maybe adding, something like I've got there. And also, too, I use hot pink because it stands out. Like, if you're just scrolling through a news feed, you know that Erica's just said something because, like, there's hot pink, right? So here's another place that you can use your real estate really, really wisely, and that is in your cover photo as well, okay? Again, I've got a quote here, be the most consistent for the longest period of time. Again, when people land on my Facebook wall, I want them to know I'm about business. Every single email I send out to new subscribers invites them to reach out to me on Facebook. And I can't tell you how many new people we have in our business because of that one link. Hey, reach out to me on Facebook, okay? I would never send them to Facebook if they got there and there was nothing for them to see, right? I want my Facebook wall to do this selling for me, okay? So I've got a link there, and I've got the same quote. I'm really big about keeping things congruent, okay? I don't like confusing people. I don't like sending out mixed messages. So the same quote for my profile pic is the exact same quote for my Facebook cover. So again, put in a really nice, good-looking domain link there, and it works for you through the night. I can't tell you how many leads a day I get just from these two links. And the only place I put these links is on Facebook, so I know it's coming from Facebook. Let people read you like a book, okay? If you are a serious business builder, you want people to know that. And one of the best ways you can let them know that is, like, show off what you're reading, right? I haven't added many new books to my book list here on Facebook because I love these ones, right? The Compound Effect, the 10X Rule, Motivation Manifesto, Money by Tony Robbins. Like, people will look at this, and I hope that they will think, man, she's serious reading, right? Like, there's no 50 Shades of Grey, or there's no kind of like fiction stuff here, right? I'm serious. I'm about business, right? This is what I read. Maybe you read the same books, and you're going to go, man, this chick's really cool. I like her, right? Let me find out what else she's doing. Show them how you think. I created this today, and literally, I strongly recommend you guys do this. Carry around, a piece of paper, a pen, your note folder in your phone or whatever, and when genuine thoughts come to you, write them down, and then make an image out of them and put your name on it. I was doing a workout this morning, and I was just thinking of some amazing stories that I get to tell now because I've been around for 4 years, and I'm like, man, that's an epic quote, right? So I made this little image, and I'm really pretty standard on my quotes now. Most of my quotes are all going to be with a black background and white writing. I got that because I noticed that Brendan Burchard does that. Black background, white words, boom. Who else? Steve Jobs, a lot of his quotes, black background, white words. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to make all of my images congruent now. So pretty much everything you're going to see from me that is coming from me is going to be in this kind of format. And put your name on it so people know it's yours, right? And there's no links on this one, so a couple of people shared it. I don't know how many people have shared it now, but it came from me, right? So when you get these amazing thoughts, put them into an image, stick your name on it, and then when people land on your wall, they're like, wow, who is this hot woman who's got all these great ideas? Who is this hot dude that's thinking outside the box? I love that, right? And let them know what you have to say. Duns, I am huge on this concept of creating a video daily on Facebook. Your videos on Facebook, for me personally, they're not about strong calls to action or anything like that. It's a conversation you want to be having with people who are checking you out, right? A lot of my conversations now on Facebook really are about helping new people in our industry. They really have a specific purpose to motivate and inspire and educate people in our industry on a daily basis. But, if you're just starting out with this technique, create content in your videos that allow you to have a conversation with the person who's just hitting your wall for the first time. And again, I built my wall for my business prospects, right? Things have changed now. 4 years in, it's kind of taking a different thing, but this is what I strongly recommend if you're just starting out. Have a conversation with your prospects through your videos. Pitch. This is the 80-20 rule. I don't like pitching. I think it's kind of, I don't like it, and a lot of people don't like pitching, right? And the flip side to that is a lot of people don't like going to someone's wall and saying pitch, 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 pitch. If someone sends me a friend request and I go to their wall and I see pitch, 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 I'm not accepting them, right? Because I can't find any value. When I hit their wall and there's no value to me, like no inspirational quotes, nothing, I'm out of there. I have zero interest in what this person's offering. They may be a really awesome person, right? But if all I see is juice, 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 whatever, I'm not going there. Like, I'm not interested in juice. I'm interested in making friends with you. This is Facebook. This is like a coffee house. It's like a warm meeting place, right? Don't pitch me the minute I get there. So I have kind of like an 80-20 rule. I will try and post. This is not strict, but this is what I try and do. I try and post like 3 cool things that are not really pitchy, right? They could be an inspirational quote, a video, whatever, and then one of them will be something. And even this one, it's not even about me, it's about our team members, right? So I want people to know that, yes, I'm in business, this is the business I'm in, I'm edifying my team, you know, that's kind of where I'd be going with that one. So 80-20, or 80%, you know, really great inspirational content, 20% pitching. That's just me. You guys, you know, to your own way, but this is what I found has worked for me. This is something, back in the day, we used to have an awesome thing called graph search, and just recently I've noticed that you can start searching for people with similar interests. You know, a lot of people say, Erica, that's great for you, you've got 4,000 friends or whatever, but what about me? I'm just starting out. Darlings, search for people with similar interests. Play around with this one. My friends who like, right? And I just did this. I think it's really, really cool. Look at that. Kristen's on the panel, Zen's on the panel, Kevin's on the panel, Jaime I'm talking about, and Sue, I'm pretty sure she's in the chat. So I just threw this up today. I'm like, okay, who are my friends who like Robert Kiyosaki, right? And I found these guys, right? If I scroll down, there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more, right? For the people I don't know really well, I would strike a conversation with them if I was doing the Facebook chat in this way, which is what I want to teach you guys. Start a genuine conversation, right? The first thing you're going to do when you send a friend request is send a personal message at the same time. I can't tell you, yeah, I can tell you, out of maybe 4,000 friend requests, maybe 5 send a message at the same time. Like, wow, you really blew that, right? So the first thing you're going to do when you send a friend request, send a personal message. Go to people's walls, learn a little bit about them first. Maybe they love animals or sports or hobbies. It's really easy to work out what people like, right? And then find a common point of interest and mention that, right? Say, hey Bob, I just want to reach out and say hi. I see that you love golf. Me too. What's your handicap, right? Or hey Sue, I just want to reach out and say hi. That's a beautiful picture, cover picture you've got on your Facebook page. If you don't mind me asking, where was that taken? I did not have that genuine first conversation because you guys know I do not play golf. I threw that in there for you because I know that we've got some golfers who are watching the hangout today. But that second conversation is a legitimate conversation I had with someone, and her cover photo was gorgeous. I want to know where it was. We started chatting for about a week. Nothing happened, but it doesn't matter, right? You're starting conversations, genuine conversations with real people. Build trust. When your new friend answers your initial question, start to build trust. Show interest in what they're doing. Real, genuine interest. Don't pretend that you're interested, okay? Because these people that you're talking to, they will be on your team for life. For life, all right? Darlings, you're building a tribe, you're building a legacy for life. You're not in this for a year, 3 years, 5 years, okay? You're in this for 10, 20, 30. You're here for life, right? So show genuine interest in what they're doing, right? So somehow relate that interest back to you. Hey, Bob, it's great to hear back from you. That's a pretty good handicap. How often do you play? Hey, I noticed that you're involved in such and such. Now, this second bit, hey, I noticed that might be in a third message, right? But I just wanted to throw this all in one page so you guys get the gist of where I'm going. And you may have noticed that they are in another network marketing company or something like that and say, hey, I'm just wondering, how's that working out for you? I look forward to hearing from you, right? Have a genuine back and forth with people. Genuine. People know when you don't care, right? Genuine. Okay, what to do when they respond? When they do respond, remember that you're wanting to find a way to promote what you offer as a solution to any pain that they might be experiencing. Start asking questions like, now everything in bold is what I call a softener. A softener softens a direct question. So, hey, if you don't mind me asking, how are you getting leads for your business? Okay, that is a great softener to lead into what we do here. We help people get leads for their business, right? Just out of curiosity, how are you marketing your business? This is such a great question because a lot of people don't know how to market, right? They've got no clue how to market. They think turning up on Facebook, throwing a whole lot of links everywhere, that's marketing. That is not marketing, right? We teach people how to market any business, right? Hey, I was just wondering, I was just wondering how you go about branding your business. Hey, why would I ask that question? Because we have an awesome product called the Unstoppable Dream that teaches people how to brand their business, right? If I may I ask what your most challenging problems might be in building your business? Whatever people's most challenging problems are, trust me, there's only one real challenging problem, and that is recruiting. It really is. It's like, how do you enroll people, right? We teach people how to do that. All of our products teach people how to do that. So these are some really great questions. Take a screenshot if you want. These are really cool questions to be asking people, and always ask them with a softener. Don't just go, hey man, how are you getting leads? Like, it's not cool, right? If you don't mind me asking, okay, soften. Everything you see there in bold is a softener, all right? Soften your questions. Identify a pain, offer a solution. Trust me, everyone in the everyone in the home-based business building arena has a pain, right? And the biggest pain they really have is, how do I get leads for my business, right? You're gonna get the same answer all the time, right? You've got the solution, okay? Trust me when I say this, everyone in business experiences pain when they're first starting out. Your solution could be the one thing they've been desperately searching for that solves that pain. So when you get a response back, identify the pain and present your product or service as the solution, right? All of our products solve every problem that a home-based business builder has. I promise you that. I know it, because that's how I ended up here, because I had a massive pain. I was in MLM for about 3 minutes. I had a travel thing going on. It was not working offline. I had to go online to solve my problems. I found the answer, and I've never left. That's how good it was. Okay. So example responses might be, for example, if Bob replies back that his biggest challenge is getting leads and your product is designed for lead generation, then you might respond like so. Bob, I know what it's like to be in that situation. In fact, I struggled to get leads for the longest time too, but then I found this super simple system that not only generates leads for your business, but it teaches you how to market any business, product, or service. It was the turning point for our business, and I'm sure it would have a great impact on yours as well. Is this something that might interest you? Do not, I don't know if I've got this in a future slide, do not send a link until it's asked for. Never. I never do that. Unless someone asks me for my link, I never give it to them, okay? I want them to get to that point where they're asking me for my link, right? I'm not going to put my link in your face unless you ask me for it. Okay, moving right along. Follow up. So many people forget this bit. Oh my God, I think I just woke up the dog. Sorry. Follow up. This is the most important step, and so many people miss the mark right here. You must follow up, right? Otherwise, all of your effort, everything you just put into these conversations was pointless. After a few days, shoot your friend a private message like, hey, Bob, I just want to reach out and see what your thoughts were on XYZ, right? Obviously, if I've said it's pretty incredible, right? Obviously, they've asked for a link, and I've sent them a link, right? I'm asking, what did you think about that? And I would recommend you follow up in like 2 days max, because that's when people are going to go from hot to nah, okay? So reach back to them. Okay, and that's it. Oh, yeah, I'm at the end, and we're in time. Awesome. And that's it. So naturally, you'll tailor these conversations to fit your own personal style. But trust me on this, these steps work. And they work because you really do care about offering your new Facebook friends a solution to their pain. You're not just trying to slam and spam, right? I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to come back. I'm still screen sharing. Oh, the buttons have changed. Can you see me? You can't, can you?
I can see me.
You can see you. Okay, guys, what can you all see? Because I can't, the screen sharing button.
I see Kevin.
You do? Okay, that's awesome. Because it still says that I'm screen sharing. So as long as you guys can see
me.
You see you? All right, can you just hit Kevin's face?
Yep.
Awesome. Because otherwise you guys might keep seeing my screen. But darlings, that is how super simple it is to reach out to people on Facebook and just chat with people. You know, I remember the first conversation I ever had with Shirley. I was actually in Constanza at the Black Sea, and I'd been going through all of these ruins, and I posted about 12 or 6 pictures on Facebook, and this beautiful soul reached out to me, and her first question was, what do you do? Like, what do you do, right? Shirley, jump out. Did I hit you up with a link?
No, you did not.
What did I do?
I actually don't exactly remember the words that you said, but I wanted all the information, and you just had the lifestyle that I wanted. I just couldn't stop asking you about it.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing. I can't remember how long it took me to give Shirley a link, but I want to build a relationship first. You know, I want to get to know my people. I care about my people, right? And I pray that it comes across in every conversation that I have. I care about you because you were me when I was looking for answers. And I know what it's like to be in pain, right? And if I can deliver the solution, I'm going to make sure you get it in the right way. So Shirley, look at you. You've been with me how many years now? I love you so much. And it's the same thing with Nettie. Nettie, jump on out. Like, you had to hunt me down on Facebook, right? How long was it before you could get a link? You had to hunt me down.
I was like a moth to a flame. I was going to find you, no matter how long it took me. So, we went. I finally tracked down your name. Somehow, I listened to a video over and over again so I could find out how it was pronounced. And I can't I guess I sent you a message on Facebook. Yeah, and said,
Facebook.
"What are you doing? What is it you do?"
And Zen, jump on out, darling. How did you find me?
Can you see me?
I can see you, darling. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, mine is interesting. I think, as you know, I was in Empower before, and I got out because, a few things. One was that I got in under somebody that I had no idea who this person was, and they were kind of non-responsive and told me to buy a few $1,000s worth of solo ads and see you later. And I just went, I don't even know what a solo ad is. I mean, at least point me in the direction of what I'm supposed to know. So I jumped out and I decided to start watching some leaders on Facebook. And I found Erica, and I really loved that European town where she was living and the books that she was going to buy. And I thought, this is a chick after my own heart. I like her. So I just started chatting with her. I don't think you even hit me up first. I think I started commenting on your books, and then we started a conversation. The next thing I knew, I was on Skype, and the next thing I knew, I had chosen my leader. And here I am.
Exactly. And it's that attraction marketing, right? You saw me. I think I did a little video on psychocybernetics. I was standing outside the post office, and I was so excited.
I love psychocybernetics. Right. That's my favorite book ever. So, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. And Morgan, darling, how did you find me, sweetie? Jump on out.
Can you hear me?
I can, darling.
I found you on YouTube, actually.
Videos.
Yeah, I watched one of your beautiful videos that you and Alex had done, and I was just hooked. I knew that I wanted to have my own business because of my babies, and for me, traditional network marketing, I'm not that kind of person. I don't feel comfortable trying to sell products offline because I guess I'm a professional person being a lawyer, and I guess I just feel like it's not quite, the right look for me personally. So online marketing for me is just absolutely perfect. And finding you in just this community and the platform is just absolutely changed my life. So.
Awesome, darling, awesome. Look at your beautiful babies, and I love that you get to build your business at home with your babies. It's just amazing. Sweetheart. So free strategies, guys, and so Kevin has basically taught you guys how we do the paid stuff, and I've taught you how we do the free stuff, so you can take both. And I would bring Kristen out, but we're coming up nearly on the top of the hour, so darling Kristen, do forgive me. I'm not leaving you out, sweetie, but I do want to hand it back to Kevin to wrap everything up, because Kevin, I still have no idea what's happening with my screen sharing here. I can't find a button to turn it off, so if you can just make Kevin the full face on the screen. I just want to thank you so much, Kevin, for sharing amazing golden nuggets. And Kevin, do you want to close us out tonight?
Yeah, wow, what a privilege. Hey, I just want to thank you all for being here tonight. And, there's incredible value here in the mastermind. And the mastermind is when one person comes here and gets around a group of people, and everybody gets a little bit smarter, because the truth of the matter is each and every one of us here right now, whether you're watching, whether you're part of the panel, we all bring something to the table that nobody else has. So each of us can really learn from the other experts in this room right now, which is pretty amazing. So I always gain so much value coming to these broadcasts, even if I'm supposed to be the guest. And I got a lot of value out of your presentation, Erica. Thank you very much. I got a little note, too, that Brian in California, who just joined us yesterday, just had a sale at the same time you had a sale. So I guess this broadcast is working tonight. So I'll say again, hit that button below and get your trial account and see what this is all about. I mean, we've got the best of both worlds. And something else I didn't say before, Erica, is that the way Melissa and I made our first $75,000 in Empower Network was we did it for free through chatting on Facebook the summer of 2012, all day, every day, starting at like 6 in the morning till about 1 in the morning. I was just chit-chatting away, getting like 25 conversations going throughout a day. And, basically my pitch was they were saying to me, Kevin, what is it? I said, go watch the video, and you can join without being on the phone like I've done for 18 years. So, like, you can make money just automatically without pitching people on the phone? I said, yeah. Well, I'll just sign up. I said, all right, great, go do it. So that's what really worked for us, and it was just about the enthusiasm. We were so excited. So if you guys will find something to be excited about, then, people will be like, wow, I just got to have what these guys have as well. So appreciate you all for being here tonight. So think about this broadcast tonight. You've got a lot of great value. Just go back and watch this again and write down some things you learned from this broadcast. And most importantly, put it into action over the next 24 hours. It's great to watch these broadcasts, but boy, you've got to take action immediately. So I would say if you've never placed a traffic order, do that. If you've never gotten on Facebook and had a chat with somebody, do that. Do that right now while the energy is high, while you're thinking, man, I can do it. And you know what? We're going to see you at our next live event, which, hey, we're going to be in Hawaii. We're going to be in Hawaii at the end of January. Who would like to be in Hawaii at the end of January? I'll say I. Yeah. I mean, really, if you want to be in Hawaii with us, then click the button. We'll see you on the inside. Love you guys. Thank you very much for being here. Erica, thank you for the invitation. I love being part of the Tilt team for a night, and appreciate you guys very much. Thank you, and good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.